Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, today we are tackling a classic David versus Goliath scenario. Think about it. You launch a brand new website, you publish genuinely useful content, you've totally nailed the on-page technicals, and yet, when you search for your target keywords, the established industry giants are just everywhere. Your website is basically invisible. It can easily make you feel like SEO is a game rigged entirely for the big brands. But today, we're going to break down exactly how you can strategically outmaneuver those massive competitors. And we're not doing it by fighting them head-on, but by finding the long-tail keyword gaps they're completely ignoring.
So here's our roadmap for today. We'll be looking at the SEO battlefield, the broad keyword trap, winning through absolute specificity, building trust and authority, and finally, a 5-question framework you can use for your own content. Let's jump right into Section 1, the SEO battlefield. Look, the reality out there is brutal. Established giants are sitting on massive domain authority, right? They've got thousands of referring domains, years of historical data, and sky-high brand search volume. Meanwhile, your brand new domain, it's sitting at a flat zero. Search engines heavily rely on EEAT, experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. So, going head-to-head for high keyword difficulty terms on day one, man, it's basically a suicide mission.
Which brings us to Section 2, the broad keyword trap.
I know so many of you have had this exact thought. You write the ultimate, heavily researched, perfectly formatted, complete guide to SEO or what is digital marketing, and crickets. It gets absolutely zero traffic. Weeks pass and nothing happens. It's incredibly frustrating, and it leads a lot of folks to think their content just isn't good enough, or worse, that their site is permanently banished to the absolute graveyard of page 10.
But here's the thing, your content probably isn't the problem at all. The hidden cost of targeting those massive, broad keywords is that you're entering a war you simply aren't equipped for yet. You're trying to rank for terms with a keyword difficulty of 80+, going up against sites with massive backlink profiles and thousands of monthly visitors. You're basically fighting on their strongest terms, right at the top of the search results. And honestly, that's just a battle you cannot win.
So this is exactly where you have to pivot. Chasing vanity metrics with extremely broad terms like SEO agency might yield massive search volume, sure, but the search intent is terrible. The user could be a student doing research, a competitor, or literally just someone looking for a quick definition. But when you target hyper-focused, long-tail phrases like, say, SEO services for new dental clinics, you completely filter out that noise. The sheer search volume drops, absolutely, but your conversion potential, it absolutely skyrockets.
All right, moving on to Section 3, winning through specificity. Trying to be an everything agency, covering SEO, AI, web dev, graphic design, the whole shebang, it totally dilutes your topical relevance. Search engines honestly won't know what you actually specialize in. Instead, you need to become a hyper-relevant authority in one micro-niche. By focusing exclusively on things like dental keyword research and clinic conversion strategies, you map out this really clear, undeniable semantic footprint that search engines absolutely love. And once you claim that specific niche, you have to actually build out semantic content clusters. Whatever you do, don't just publish random orphaned pages and move on. You need to interlink your articles so they form a structured, highly authoritative content silo. Basically, your job is to find those long-tail informational gaps that the massive sites are totally ignoring, usually just because the search volume is too low to really move the needle for them.
Now for Section 4, building trust and authority.
Look, proving your legitimacy to search engines is a gradual climb. You literally cannot fake EEAT. Buying toxic, low-quality backlinks is only going to trigger a penalty and completely tank your site. Instead, you really want to focus on earning highly relevant niche citations and doing some digital PR. Build out rich author profiles with schema markup to prove your real-world expertise. Oh, and never underestimate local SEO. Optimizing a Google business profile for a hyper-local target is frankly a massive superpower for smaller players.
And, you also have to totally redefine what success looks like. If you're only looking at organic traffic and page 1 rankings right out of the gate, you're going to quit by month 2. You need to focus on leading indicators instead. Ask yourself, are your pages getting crawled and indexed faster? Are your search impressions growing in Search Console? Is a specific keyword steadily moving from page 10 up to page 4? These incremental compounding metrics, that's your true proof of concept right there.
Finally, let's wrap things up with Section 5, the 5-question framework.
I want you to run every single new content idea through this exact filter to make sure it actually serves your strategy. Number 1, Is the keyword too broad? Number 2, does it perfectly match my micro-niche? 3, can I offer a genuinely better asset, like a unique template or some proprietary data? 4, what is the true search intent behind the query? And 5, does this topic support a wider semantic cluster on my site? If you can confidently answer yes to these, you've just found a highly winnable battle.
So, the core takeaway from all of this is pretty simple. Scale is the absolute advantage of the giant, but agility and specialization, those are the unique advantages of the small. Start narrow, build incredible topical depth, and let that intense specialization be the slingshot that takes down the giant. You don't outrank them by being bigger, you outrank them by being incredibly, relentlessly focused.
You really don't need to dominate the entire industry today. So what specific audience will you become the absolute best answer for? Find that micro niche, build out your long-tail semantic clusters, and start competing on a battlefield where you actually hold the strategic advantage. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I highly encourage you to go out and deploy this framework on your own site today.